this studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Side podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still at. You're still back.
And the guy who can name all 4 Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
He recorded that in like 20 seconds.
Literally,
he sent
20
it
seconds.
and he immediately sent it back to us.
Yeah.
My God.
That's how efficient and good he was.
And how just he has no work. And he's very
really
lonely
cool.
probably because he's got nothing going on.
He had like 26 things in his queue when I ordered.
Well,
The thing is, he's
why'd
just
he
a
put us
magician.
right to the top?
Because he knew. He knew
Oh,
it
he
was
did,
you
he
and
knew.
I. He goes,
He knew it was something special.
He goes, Mason
Yeah.
Knight, Cash Kraus, I got a good relationship with those guys.
Absolutely.
He goes, they are good, genuine people.
Yeah,
And
smart
there's
young
no
guys.
podcast, there's no movie review podcast I like more than the Have You Seen It podcast. And we said,
did.
thank you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And then he charged us $50.
Right.
Which is unfortunate.
and I couldn't
because after
paraphrase
saying building that, we thought he was going to, comp it.
Yes.
We're his
just
favorite.
Just write it off. 'Cause
We're his favorite podcast. You'd use that for your favorite podcast. I mean,
right.
you don't charge.
Wouldn't you want to be a part
Chuck
of it?
Fresh, yeah. No, he charged us.
He did. He did. He did.
He got his money, and that's something Chuck Fresh is always going to do. He's always going to get his money.
Is that really what he goes
That's
by?
really his name, man.
That is his name. I think it's on his birth certificate.
It's
That's his
obviously,
real
yeah, it's
name.
obviously a state. Yeah.
No, I think
You
he's.
that's
I
his
think he was
birth
born
certificate?
Chuck Fresh.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a character, man. You got to see his page. He's
And he looks exactly how his voice sounds,
Yeah.
too. One of the few who look exactly how his voice sounds.
yeah.
Don't
it's
don't you just
exactly-
picture a guy with, like, wavy hair and
Big
kind of
eyebrows.
that tan skin and, yep.
looks
that's
like he's
literally
living in like a duplex in California
Yeah.
somewhere?
He's doing this as a side gig.
Yeah,
trying to get
it was
other-
in his
other
house.
work.
Like the
Yeah, it
video was in his house.
For sure. It was a
Yeah.
homemade
He's not
studio.
going anywhere.
No.
Yeah. But he did a hell of a job.
Hell of a job. I mean,
Yeah,
that
it sounds really
audio
good.
is crystal clear.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for
he's doing a great job for $50. You can't falter that. Man.
No, you can't. You can't be mad at the guy.
No,
Absolutely not. He killed it, really.
he really did. Well, we have a guest today.
Yeah, introduce
Riley
him.
Olmsted. Thanks for being on today. You're a Beatles fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty big one.
Pretty big one. Okay, so I need to give you I need you to give us a list of every album and every song ever made. from the
Yeah,
Beatles.
and
Ready?
if
One,
you're,
two, three, go.
yeah,
Because that's essentially what this Malik guy did. It is pretty damn impressive when you watch this movie, like for real, to remember that.
Are you a big
maze.
enough fan where if they disappeared tomorrow, you'd be able to write 40 songs?
I would probably
Probably
be able
all
to
the
ro-
songs that he did. I would have been able to.
I
Eleanor
saw-
Rigby, I would have had no problem with.
Really.
And that was a song that I was so mad he never performed. I mean, it
No,
only
he
ever
didn't.
showed him writing it down. He never
Yeah,
performed it.
that was-
Man, I was pissed about that.
Yeah.
There's some songs that they didn't perform that I definitely thought they should have. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think they performed anything from Revolver. He only talked about Eleanor Rigby.
yeah. No. There's a lot of songs that I wanted to hear, and he ended up never really performing.
What was your, just throwing this out there right now, what was your favorite rendition of his that he did? What was your favorite? Because like Rocket Man with Taron Egerton, he had different, he did it in his own style. What song for the Beatles here did you?
Well, that was one thing where I don't think we ever got to hear him play a song long enough.
Yeah.
I really want to hear him like belt out a full, like give us a 2 minute, at least 2 minutes of him singing. And we never, it always got caught. He did good. Let It Be was good of his, but I don't know if it was. I mean, it's hard to compare him to the Beatles.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
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 I mean, for the best.
It's a tough job
Yeah.
to take on.
That's a tall order, my
Yeah.
friend.
But I thought he did a very good job for what he did. I mean, I would have been fucked if I was the only guy to the last person to know. God, I would have been screwed. Yeah, I suck with musical lyrics. But Yeah, I don't think I would have done a very good job. What are we talking about? We're talking about the film Yesterday, right?
Yep.
Directed by
this weekend.
Yeah, directed by Danny Boyle. A film about one day everyone forgets that the Beatles ever existed. And not even just the Beatles, it's a bunch of weird stuff that
throughout the movie.
I did. Yeah. Did any of
like
those things?
Coca-Cola.
Coke.
There was a running theme of Coke
no cigarettes.
Yeah, no cigarettes.
Like that's a hard
That's
one.
so rock star, man. How do you not have cigarettes?
That's a hard one to not invent.
Yeah.
You tell me no one picked up a tobacco plant and was like, I'm gonna smoke this. I think everyone has smoked everything possible out here.
Definitely.
Yeah. There's no way. Why would they avoid the tobacco plant?
Makes no sense. Yeah, out of all of them, that's the only one you don't smoke.
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe it was tied to the Beatles somehow, like the Beatles influenced smoking in some way.
That's why I thought that they were all going to be interconnected some way. Like something like maybe just like one day out of
like
the
a
past
bigger
where
meaning.
all these things were invented on that one day, like that. But I don't think there was ever any connection to it.
No, it was all random.
Yeah, Harry Potter at the end.
Yeah.
Like that was really thrown in.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, he's got a lot of fallbacks. If that whole music thing never worked back, he could write the entire Harry Potter series. That's one that I could probably just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
just throw something out there. Yeah,
the Harry Potter.
I've
that
read
kind of
them
stuff.
once. I
Hermione.
guarantee I could shit something out good enough where people would love that thing. And he could. Coke's gonna be a hard one to invent.
Oh, he could. I mean, they just take the Pepsi
Nope.
formula, like
Totally.
in real life.
Yeah, but no one's ever been able to duplicate the Coke formula, right?
Yeah.
It's like the secret
It's super
sauce.
secret. Yeah.
SpongeBob. The
What was
Krabby
the other
Patties.
thing? There was one other thing that he.
The Oasis, which was actually that was a
Oh,
Beatles
Wonderwall.
reference.
Yes,
Yeah. Oasis never existed, and that was funny because Oasis is always known as like
the band that could never figure their shit out.
and Beatles
And the
ripoff.
Yeah, and the band that
Aren't they
fucking
brothers too?
hates
And they hate each
Wonderwall.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
They
they're
pretty
both
much-
super good musicians. Though. It's insane.
Yes.
I mean, they're
Extremely
both like
talented.
both
Yeah.
like yeah. But
They ripped
yeah.
the
And why the
Beatles
fuck did he never play Oasis?
He did at the talent
Why did he
show,
never play
the
Wonder?
14-year-old
Yeah, that was
did.
before. I mean, he could have said he could have threw Wonderwall on there.
He
And
could
just
have.
said that he invented it. I mean,
Yeah.
if they ripped the Beatles off, no
Yeah,
one
that's
would
so
have
strange. He
questioned
never
it.
would have. Yeah, he never even
Yeah,
went there.
true.
Good point. I didn't think about that. No, but Oasis did exist, didn't they? Because
No, he looked it up, and it was because he looked it up, and it was just a desert that came up on Oasis. Nothing popped up.
Then the story's convoluted. Then because when that girl, when the girl fell in love with him, gosh, what's her name? Drawing a blank here. Lily James. She plays Ellie.
Ellie, yeah.
She falls in love with him at the talent show. Remember, as his manager at 14. So if Oasis didn't exist anymore, then that event did not occur at the talent show.
No, maybe she just. I don't know. Maybe they played
But
something.
you get what I'm saying, right?
Maybe
Yeah,
they
but
played.
he remembers it.
Maybe they played something else.
Yeah, but it
Or
doesn't
maybe she's-
exist because remember John Lennon at the end of the film. Fuck, we're already getting into it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
that
though?
is, like-
It's the
Yeah.
timeline.
She
it's the
never
timeline
would have fell in
continuum.
love with him.
It's
Yeah.
it's time.
Well,
travel.
that's
Like,
that's the thing about this movie is
Totally.
I
They
don't
would've never
think
met.
I don't think they were thinking deep enough to where.
No, they weren't. And a lot of times, this movie felt like two different movies.
Yeah, I
couldn't
agree.
fucking figure out if it was a movie about the Beatles or if it was a movie or if it was just a straight rom com, and that's
Yeah.
what
Messy.
frustrated
Yeah,
me.
it was
about
very
very
messy.
messy.
I thought so too. It didn't have any real direction, and every time I thought it was going somewhere, it would veer off. Like I wanted
to
yeah.
do something.
I
else.
wanted
What
them
the
to
hell?
explore like the Russian guy and the girl more, and like why are they the only ones that can know? I wanted them to go deeper into that,
And
I thought it was
we
super
knew nothing.
cool. And
It was just
no.
so random.
No.
They were like, "Yeah, we know him
Yeah,
too."
and they're
They
like,
bu-
"Whoop,
they
see
got
you
hit by a
later."
bus.
Got
And
the
they just
yellow
left.
submarine, and I'm like,
Yeah, and they just take off. All right, thanks, and then
here's
they
the
never
thing-
see him
here's-
again.
Here's another thing that makes no sense. If the Beatles never existed, then the yellow submarine that they made in manufacturing for the Beatles would have never been there. So how in the hell did they manufacture a yellow submarine? You get what I'm saying?
Well, maybe well, it was the lady that had it. Maybe she's crafty and she made it because she
made
remembered.
it herself. Yeah, I mean that
She
might have been the
made
only
it.
because
Those two were both super fans, like Beatles super fans. And how fucking annoying! Because it's super annoying when you have like a song lyric in your head and you can't think of the song. Imagine you want to hear every Beatles song and you can't. You just can't look it up.
fuck.
You'd go insane. And then every time you ask someone, they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You would end up shooting up a place. I think you would, dude. I would go nuts. Like I just want to listen to Let It Be. I'd be going crazy. That's
Yeah,
what that
you'd be
Russian
humming it.
guy.
And that's the one thing where they did do a good job on. And I did laugh on those scenes where he was trying to remember the lyrics.
And he thought he was going
"Fuck,
crazy.
what is
Yeah.
it?" Yeah, he couldn't remember.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because he
I
was
that
like
too, yeah.
Eleanor Rigby, you know, and doing the
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
church, like the whatever priest is.
That was
fixing the
something I
laces and
thought
stuff.
was cool. Was him going back to the
Yeah,
places.
going
and
to
stuff.
that
I
was
saw.
smart,
I
yeah.
thought that was cool. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was smart of him.
Stuff with him and like pursuing the Beatles stuff was cool in the movie and stuff. I just thought it was stuff like everything. The entire movie is based on these two people. So it's Jack Malik and Ellie, right? Their manager, and they've also been friends since high school.
Yeah.
And she loves him, but some fucking how they've never made a move or something. It's the
Yeah.
most like rom-com stupid shit, stupid logic. These two, I mean, they're like they're about to be like 30 or
Yeah,
something.
they're
I'm
like
going
in
to say
their
they're
30s.
27 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they've never once like made a move or anything.
That's a long time of being
very
in love
very
with somebody.
because she's
yeah, and
your
Jack is
manager.
Yeah, and Jack is completely like unaware of this that she likes him or anything.
Yeah, he just wants to bitch about not being famous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no way this guy's getting laid on the day. I mean, he works at a fucking British Costco. I mean, he never once has looked at his super hot manager, who's also like his best
my
friend.
God.
Yeah, and been like, man, she would make a good
Yeah,
partner.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a never.
Never
It's
crossed your
it's
mind,
played
not
off like
once?
it's never crossed his mind. Because when she says it to him, he's like, "Oh my god."
But
No,
then at the
yeah,
end of the
he's a
movie, he was like,
dumbass.
"I always loved you," and I'm like, "Hold on, what?"
Yeah, he did
What?
not show any signs of ever being in love with her like the whole
No,
movie
no.
until he couldn't have her, and then he's like, "Oh, I kind of want her."
It felt like
Yeah.
she was the one who loved him, and he couldn't reciprocate that to her.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't give her the same feeling ever.
Yeah.
It wasn't like because of the rock star. It wasn't because of that. It was because he just didn't love her.
Yeah, he was just
That was what I
completely
thought.
unaware.
Dude's autistic.
And then at the
And
end,
at
he's
some point, two adults. Come on, someone's got to say. I mean, I really like you. I mean, how does that? They're going to shows and gigs together. They're drinking. That's never slipped
Yeah.
out. For like 17 years, they've been together. They've been like best friends.
I think
Put
it's-
two and two
I
together,
think it's
guy.
hard to believe.
It's just
honestly.
shitty fucking romance rom-com logic. It doesn't make any sense.
And it really kind of irritates me that they had this giant facade that this was supposed to be a Beatles movie when it ended up being more of a half-ass shitty rom-com. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's.
I
I
agree.
don't think
yeah.
the movie was terrible.
No, I don't
overall.
think so
I
either,
don't,
no.
and I
No,
really
there's good
don't think
acting.
that there was a lot of really good moments in this movie, and I like the music, but man, at times I was scratching my head like, what the fuck is this? I just,
Yeah,
I never
a
knew.
lot of times I was like, "What is going on with this movie?"
Mhm.
It's so messy.
It's Go on. I don't know.
No, it's fine.
It's strange to me that I mean, you get like the Beatles property and you get this entire catalog of music, the best music of all time. This could have been the Beatles movie. I mean, this could have
Yeah.
been like the movie associated with the Beatles, and it was fucking fumbled.
That's the problem I had. I when I was watching it, I was thinking, I want a Beatles movie like Bohemian Rhapsody. I wish this was about the Beatles and how they met and how they became famous. That's what I wanted.
Man, you almost got to think about that though. When that movie does come out, we do get a biopic of the Beatles. That has got to be the biggest movie of all time. And I'm not talking about
He'll
like
be a ways
Avengers and
off.
shit, but I
Oko
mean,
Uno's
like,
got to die first.
who?
Oko,
Oh,
the one who split up the
right, of
band,
course.
she's got to kick the bucket. She's not letting
John
anything happen.
Lennon's girl.
Because I think you got to get like all four families or whatever to agree on it,
Yeah.
or whoever. Because
Whoever owns the rights.
Yeah.
But how did they get everyone to agree with this?
I don't know. But does Universal own the rights? This was a Universal movie,
Mhm.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Maybe they own the rights to music or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, this was not. In my opinion, this was not the Beatles. The Beatles.
Doesn't Michael Jackson own the rights to the Beatles?
He owns.
music?
He owns.
He owns something.
He owns some.
He owns Happy Birthday. I know that.
He does own. Yeah, he does own that.
and that's a smart one to jump on.
It is.
Yeah, I
it's a
mean,
very smart one.
The
Because
fact that he just came along, and was like, "No one owns this."
No one has gotten this shit.
Technically, we
copyrighted.
all owe him
Okay.
like 10 cents
We
when
do.
we sing that song.
Every
It's rough,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why they don't sing in restaurants. Actually.
That's why they do that. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh
He
my god,
sued
this is
somebody.
even worse.
Like it's their fault. They had no idea that Michael Jackson
Nice.
owns Happy Birthday.
Gosh.
That was his one last,
Yeah,
one
his
last
last
prank on us.
Fuck you. He's
He
like,
just
I'm out.
continues to find
And I-
ways to fuck kids.
And I'm
Yeah,
taking this goddamn
exactly.
song. Yeah.
I'm gonna OD on fentanyl.
But hey, he was murdered, man.
He
I
was
don't want to
murdered.
get into
No,
it,
he was.
but
He
was,
was murdered.
It was
He
old
definitely was.
Conrad, that doctor of his, that wily old doctor.
Didn't he get
Dr. Robert?
convicted for it too?
No, I think he got off.
Did he get off?
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
No, the,
he got
doctor.
off.
He got
Michael
off.
Jackson got off.
Yeah.
Probably too much.
But yeah. Well, back to yesterday. I don't. This was not the Beatles movie I wanted.
No, it wasn't.
I don't. If you have a Beatles movie and you have 2 Ed Sheeran songs in it, what the fuck?
Not even singing the Beatles.
No,
Singing his
No.
own
they
shit.
never played They never played a Beatles song like outside of when Jack was playing this music, which Jack could have played it a lot more. I thought they never played it like during a cutscene or anything like that.
Yeah.
They played fucking Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Something's wrong when you have a Beatles movie and you have 2 fucking Ed Sheeran songs. And Ed Sheeran is in this movie a lot. Let's just talk about that.
Yeah, they kind of made him a.
Yeah, at one
Weirdo,
point
like-
he's like the villain.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you're just better than me." And the way he says it, he's like, somebody once said that I wasn't gonna be the best. There's no way Ed Sheeran thinks of himself that way. He's like,
No,
I was
no,
the
it's
best.
It's an alternative universe, you guys.
I know,
Obviously,
it's
Ed
just so
Sheeran doesn't.
weird.
Yeah, but
think that.
why
He
would
knows
they
he's
even
great.
have? Why not have like a fake musician or something? Why even put Ed Sheeran in there and make him look like a dick? Which they did make
They
him look
did
like
kinda
a
make him
dick.
look like a dick.
He was like
Yeah.
jealous of
And
him.
like-
we all know
and-
we all know Ed Sheeran's not a dick though, so it's kind of one of those
No,
weird things.
well, not
where it's like,
personally. I don't know him, but
Well, I
I
mean,
assume he was in Game of Thrones once.
right, he was. That's right.
Got to give him that.
We did-
He was like the nice
Odd
guy
look,
in Game of Thrones.
odd looking fellow.
Yeah, Lannister soldier.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, at one point I thought they were gonna build that up to like he was gonna end up being the bad guy or something.
Yeah, and,
because
like,
they were
try to
for
screw him over
sure.
in the end.
Like
Well, they were making
and that
like, even
whole-
biblical references. They were like, "He's John the Baptist. You are the Messiah." I'm like,
Yeah.
Jeez, take it easy.
I'm like,
Yeah, they're
what?
shitting on Ed
and I'm-
Sheeran.
and I'm like, am I not aware of this this Ed Sheeran, like the love that Ed Sheeran? Do people really think that? I mean,
He's the Messiah.
is he the closest thing to the Beatles that we have today?
It must be. He must be. I don't.
I mean, that had to have been it. Like they were trying to make it relevant to where, and they got to get someone in. Like, let's get the Beatles of our generation, Ed fucking Sheeran, and it's make him look like a dick.
Yeah, let's make him look like an asshole.
Yeah, because at one point he's like, I thought I was Mozart, but really I'm whatever the fucking guy that Mozart hated. Right before he left, and that
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
party super fucking awkward too. It was
Yeah,
like,
it was when they did the
Yeah.
10-minute songwriting
Oh,
thing.
Yeah.
so cringy.
Yeah.
and everyone had to have been like, Ed Sheeran's kind of a fucking prick. Like, what a weirdo! Like he killed the entire mood.
Yeah, they're like, we don't need to hear.
And then he was like, "I'm going to
10-minute
bed."
song.
Yeah, he's like he does like the little kid thing. I'm going home.
He didn't
I'm
even
taking
let
my
him vote
ball.
either. I was like, damn.
No,
Yeah,
well he knew
yeah.
he was beat, and his song, to be honest, was fucking
Better.
good.
It was
was
good.
better. Yeah,
it was a great
way
song.
better.
Yeah. It wasn't
But,
a bad song. I mean, dude,
No.
I mean, you can pat
Yeah,
yourself on the back.
I-
knowing you did
He
a
would have
great
made a
job.
million
Yeah.
easy off of that.
Yeah, I thought that was bizarre. You know, he was in it, and then he was gone, and then that was it. Then you never saw Ed Sheeran again, really, until he came back, and then he made the dumbest move of all time. Again, made him look like an idiot. This is
Having him go on stage.
no, it's changing "Hey Jude" to "Hey Dude."
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
hey,
what the
dude.
fuck?
Oh my gosh.
I
I did not
get
get
it.
Ed Sheeran's motivation in this, to be honest with you.
maybe he's trying to
So
fuck him
strange.
over.
Maybe. But they were.
No, I think he was
I
being
get the whole-
sincere. I
yeah,
think
he
he was being
was.
sincere.
He was. Because Ed Sheeran was like actually his friend in a weird
Like
way.
at
and-
first you make him build him up to like he's the fucking guy. He's like closest thing to the Beatles, and now you're making him look like an idiot.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Hey, dude, come on. You don't got to be a Beatles fan to know that's not gonna work.
No, and I get what they were trying to do with the whole Jude thing, you know, because Jude's not really a name anymore unless you're talking Jude Law. But Jude's
Yeah,
not really a name, so
that's a
you know,
name.
dude is like the thing that we say nowadays. I get the joke, but it's like, come on.
It's not a good joke.
Oh,
It's not a good joke for the character that Ed Sheeran was playing, which was himself
Yeah, no.
in an alternative universe.
And I thought, and as they played it in like the trailer, because that was like the comedic moment in the trailer. I thought in the movie he was gonna be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then like not do it. But
Yeah,
you know, he ended up
literally
doing
did
it. Like you gotta have some respect for the songs if you're gonna end up ripping off everyone's songs. You
Exactly.
gotta.
yeah.
Yeah, have some respect for
Yeah.
the actual.
And then I did like when
original
the
material
two, the
source.
lady and the Russian guy came back in. I did like when they were like pissed off that he ruined the composition for one song, and he's like, "Hey, dude." And then he just like apologizes to him. He's
He's
like,
like,
"Sorry."
that
It's like,
fucking
that was
Ed
Ed
Sheeran guy.
Sheeran, yeah.
And
He
they're
fucking
like, oh.
hated Ed Sheeran by the end of this.
When when he was explaining what like how he wrote "Hey Jude." Did you guys think that his manager, like his friend, was gonna be like, "Wait, that's bullshit. You don't know anybody with a kid." Because like the way they showed him, he was looking. He's like,
Yeah,
"What are you talking
same,
about?"
yeah.
Yeah, the way Rocky was looking at him.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
"What are you talking
I thought
about?"
at one
Yeah.
point that someone
You could
was
see
gonna
that
call.
Rocky-
Yeah, I
But
thought it was.
he never said anything.
No, because here's the thing, dude. When you're hanging out with a dude who's making, $25 million, when they say he could be the next Picasso or the next Mozart, you kind of let him just bullshit, right? Don't you? If he's
I
creating
do.
good art.
Yeah.
So I all I'm saying is, like, character-wise, I get it on that front too.
Yeah,
You
but
know
I
I'm
get what
saying?
Riley's saying, where they made it look like he was
They
gonna
did,
say
like-
something.
Well, and that was the frustrating thing, because you thought that was going to be the moment. You thought
Yeah.
that was going to be like,
The moment
Where-
where like someone calls him, like Ed Sheeran's
Yeah.
there, he can start
Yeah.
calling him on it. Yeah, and
Yep.
that did not happen. It never. No one ever really asked him like, where all of a sudden are all these songs coming from? He just kind of every time he just kind of changed the subject or
well,
something.
I know, and Ellie never asked him anything, like who was his love interest. When she went to his room, she looks up on the wall with all the poster boards and all
Yeah.
that, and all the
Yeah.
sticky notes.
Uh-huh.
And she was in the wrong category, and she never asked who was in the love category.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
doesn't know
if
any
you
other
love,
girl.
yeah, exactly. He doesn't talk to anyone else. So it's
And
like,
that's the same thing. This guy hasn't had a
this like an
girlfriend in
internet dating
17
thing?
years.
Yeah.
He's like a monk. And he's never looked at his
Yeah.
very, very attractive manager. And
Extremely
the coolest chick ever. She's like...
yeah,
the-
she's so nice. She's a great
Yeah,
manager.
She's not a
super
bitch.
supportive.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
the one manager in any movie, because we talk about it all the time. The biggest trope in any band movie is the managers are horrible.
Yeah, I was trying to
and
split
even in
the
this
band.
movie, the manager is horrible.
I hated every scene with her in it.
Really?
It's, what's her name?
Kate
Kim
McKinnon,
McKinnon? Or yeah,
yeah.
Kate.
And
Kate
I don't
McKinnon.
hate her. I think she's funny.
No,
but
she is funny.
I hated every scene with her.
I thought she played a pretty good mean manager, which I mean,
Yeah.
I hated her,
Yeah.
which I think you were supposed to hate her
Yeah.
because she was supposed to be.
I was conflicted with her performance. At times, I thought she was funny and I liked the different takes she took on being a manager, but I felt sometimes some of the comedy felt a little forced, where she was trying a little
Yes,
too hard
that's why I
at
didn't
times.
like it.
Well, the comedy felt a little forced, I think, in
In the
a
whole thing?
lot of this. In a
No, I
large
didn't
part of
even
the
realize
movie.
it was a comedy movie until I looked it up and I was like, this was supposed to be a comedy? I thought it was just like,
Yeah, like a rom-com kind of thing.
yeah.
Well, that's what I
didn't laugh one time.
kind of thought too. Well,
Isn't
I
the
didn't think
official-
it was gonna be a comedy. I thought it was gonna be like more of a drama.
Yeah.
Where it was like
same.
where it was gonna be like him. This happens, and he's just like torn apart, and he kind of even goes. I thought he was gonna go through like this rock star phase, but he never does. He overnight he just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I thought for sure he was gonna go through that and something, and then she was gonna come and nurse him back, and they were gonna find it, and then they might have released all the songs or whatever. But I thought it was a lot. I thought it was gonna be him struggling with it a lot
Yeah,
more.
same.
I wish they would have focused more, and I totally agree with you. I wish they would have focused more on that front instead of
Yeah.
focusing more on the whole romantic side of things. I think the romantic side could have been just this smaller side piece story, but the primary focus is of his journey
Yeah.
with finding out the Beatles' music, But they focused too much, and they went back and forth too many times. It was
And I thought they were
frustrating.
gonna maybe dip in like in a fantasy element with like one they never explain at all, like what happened or anything. I
No,
mean,
there's
a
no
blackout for
explanation for
12
anything.
seconds, and all these things are gone, and it never explains. And I thought because the trailer made it seem like he was gonna meet John Lennon and Paul McCartney at the fuck, and I was disappointed.
That's what I
that
thought
was a
too. I was
dream scene.
super.
I hate when
disappointed.
fucking trailers do that. Show a
Yeah.
dream scene in.
But John Lennon,
That's one of my favorite scenes.
it's one of my favorite
Yeah.
as well too. And I'm very. Do you know off the top of your head who played John Lennon? Because
I think he played
whoever,
himself.
You think they got him back?
Yeah, they got him
they,
back.
they got him back for
Dug
a
him
role.
up.
He's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll come back real quick.
Yeah, I'll come back.
From
Shit
the
from the
bottom.
grave. Yeah. But I mean, that was. We'll get right into it. I mean, we can get at the end. He does end up meeting John Lennon or whatever, and I thought that was one of the best. I mean, scenes because that made me kind of convinced that it was kind of more not a story about him like fucking being successful or whatever, but a story about all the Beatles because their life was kind of ruined by. I mean, half of them didn't make it past
yeah.
30 or 40
Yeah,
or
because
whatever.
when did Lennon get shot? That was like 89, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
1980.
Yeah, 80s.
80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it before Reagan?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Oh,
think so,
yeah. I'm
Like
getting confused
Chapman.
because that crazy guy wanted to impress Jodie Foster, right?
That's who. No, that's the guy who wanted to. That's the
Kill
guy
Reagan.
who wanted to kill
Okay.
Reagan. Yeah.
Jesus, I'm getting all confused now. That's right. No, this
Yeah.
guy did it because he was a psycho.
Yeah, he did
read
more
that
for the
book.
fame. Yeah, he was gonna do it. He was gonna kill someone else also, and then he ultimately decided to kill John Lennon because he thought, Jared Leto plays him in his biopic. Have you ever seen that?
No, I've
Jared Leto
never.
gained like 100 pounds. What?
Whoa,
I gotta
for
show you a
real?
picture of it, yeah.
What year was this?
Early 2000s, probably. Jared Leto, Chapman.
Oh,
And it wasn't a very
biopic
good
of
movie.
Chapman?
It wasn't a very good movie. Look at this. That's Jared
That's
Leto. That's
Jared
the
Leto?
Joker. He does look
Oh.
a lot like him, though.
That's
Oh my
great.
god, dude, he really put on 100 pounds. That is 100 pounds, man.
Yeah, it's shitty when you put on a lot of weight and the movie doesn't end up being very good.
Yeah, because then you're like, man, all that. For
Yeah, I
nothing.
know.
But he probably got to enjoy all the bad food in the meantime.
Look at that.
That's insane.
He does resemble him, though.
Chapter 27, yeah.
Because that's he. So
They look very
killer
similar.
Read that book, right? What is that book called that he blamed it on? The Catcher in the Rye,
Oh,
right?
is that what it is? Catcher in the
Yeah.
Rye?
Yeah, he's got a
He,
pretty
like-
crazy life. I think I listened to a podcast on him. He was just a fucking loser, dude. He's like, yeah.
Damn, Chapter 27 came out in 2007 too, so that's fairly recent. That's only 12 years ago.
Chapter 27, that's what it's called?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the name of the
that's
film.
that's the chapter of the book or
Okay,
whatever,
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck that guy.
He's still in jail.
He's
Good.
still alive?
Oh, yeah, man.
Wow.
He's not that old.
I guess so. I
His
guess if the
80s.
murder took place in the 80s.
He wasn't very
yeah.
old either, and he's been on parole, and he's always said he doesn't want out of jail. He never
Because
wants
he's
to
still
leave.
crazy.
I don't think so. He did for attention. He 100% did for attention. I don't know if he was. I don't think he was really crazy.
Yeah.
He's just an asshole.
So stupid. I don't get why people do that. So
Especially
dumb.
one of the most influential people of all time.
I heard he was an asshole though.
Yeah. I
John
heard that
Lennon was
too.
an asshole, and that's what I was thinking when he went and met John Lennon. I'm like, is he still an asshole in this
Yeah.
world?
Still
Did he
beats his
abandon his
child.
kid?
Yeah, I don't know if you could have done that though, because you can't really speak ill of the dead, especially when he's not in the Beatles anymore anyway.
And most people
Would've
don't know
been
that
tough.
about John
No,
Lennon.
they don't. No.
They should though. He was a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he
mean,
was addicted to like heroin. No one knew that.
Well, Paul McCartney did write "Hey Jude" for his son because
Yep.
he was such an asshole to his son.
Yeah.
He's horrible. He was a
Sad.
horrible dad.
Julian.
But that's the whole thing is what made me think of that. Because he never was in the Beatles, he probably never became an asshole or whatever. I mean, it was
Yeah.
probably fame and whatnot that made John Lennon an asshole. He might
Yeah.
have been an asshole before.
he had
but
mommy issues. I know that.
I heard he was kind of abusive too.
Yeah.
I heard he liked to rough up old.
Julian.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. But I did this. It was the best scene. I mean,
I know I
I
recognize this guy.
thought it might have been CGI.
It looked weird.
I thought they
yeah.
might have used some computer to like maybe make it look a little more like him.
He looked just like him. I thought it was gonna be Paul McCartney when he opened the door.
Robert Carlyle is the guy who plays him.
Oh, my
Yeah.
favorite. That old chestnut. I don't know the fuck who Robert. What else is he in? Has he been in anything?
Yeah, he's in like Stargate Universe, Castlevania, Once Upon a Time, which is a TV series that has gone on for
I know
7
exactly
years.
who he is.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I do. I
Oh,
know.
okay,
He
yeah.
plays in Once Upon a Time. He plays. What's the guy who can turn gold?
Mr. Gold.
No.
No, that's
Mr.
literally who
Gold.
he plays, Mr. Gold.
He's Mr.
Mr. Gold and Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah,
Rumpelstiltskin,
Rumpelstiltskin.
yeah.
He plays Rumpelstiltskin in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they definitely added prosthetics to
Oh,
make
yeah.
him look like, because he does kind of look like
He
John
looks-
Lennon.
It is him.
He has the
Yeah,
same,
he looks
but they
like
made
John
the
Lennon.
nose a little bigger.
He's a
or
great
something.
actor.
Yeah, he's in
He's
a lot
really
of stuff.
good. He's
He
in
usually
a ton of
show,
shit.
yeah.
he usually plays a bad guy in most things.
And ironically enough, he was also in an Oasis music video.
Oh wow.
That is.
What are the
ironic.
odds of that? That's kind of crazy.
Who hasn't been in an Oasis music video though?
Me.
You're the only one in this room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah. So what did you think about the Ellie's character, Lily James, in this?
I think she's one of the best actresses around.
Wow.
I really do. I think she's
What a
talented.
strong, crazy
I
statement that could just throw out.
But it's okay. I think she's great, man. I really liked her performance in this. I thought she was probably the best part of the movie, other than, yeah, no, she's definitely the best.
I
part.
forgot she was in Baby Driver.
Mm-hmm.
She
She's
is great.
she's the
waitress.
love interest.
Yeah.
in it. Yeah,
She looks like every attractive female British actress.
She
ever.
does.
she does.
I can name 5 other actresses that look very similar to
Yeah.
her.
She was in
thinking-
Darkest Hour too.
But very good looking.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good looking.
Darkest Hour. She was
What
in
do you mean Darkest Hour? That was a great film.
She was in
Don't you
Mamma
dare
Mia, Here We
talk-
Go Again.
Huh?
Oh,
that
that is a great film.
Never
Great
saw that.
cinematography.
Don't act like
Shut
you
up.
don't see
It's just small. I was like, no way.
that. Did you guys see the trailer for Downton Abbey, the movie that they're coming out?
Yeah.
Could there be a more boring fucking movie to say 2 hours? Downton Abbey, the movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
You didn't see that preview?
No.
The insanely popular like British television show that
Yeah.
everyone loves.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It
Never
made
even
me
heard of it.
actually mad seeing that preview. I was actually angry in the movie theater.
Wow.
It looks so dumb. That was all the previews sucked.
Yeah, there wasn't very good, and there's a lot of them too this time. 20 minutes previews I clocked in at.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we talk about that for a minute? Holy shit. AMC. Love the A-list. And you know what? If
No, it's not
the only
AMC. It's
thing-
everywhere. I went to Regal.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Bro,
It's just
20
movie
minutes
companies.
of fucking previews. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I just want to watch the movie. I
Oh, they
just
all
want to
suck,
watch it.
too.
I think there were 6 or 7 when I went
Yeah.
for this.
I was late. Like, my movie's at 4:20. I showed up at like 4:30.
Mhm.
And I
You
still
still had
sat through
15
like
minutes.
a normal preview set.
It's crazy. It's crazy how many trailers they show before a movie these days.
Yeah, and all mine's freaking suck so bad. Like, how many Yeti movies are they gonna make?
Yeah, and how many?
I'm sick of
How
that.
many fucking names can you make a Yeti movie? There's only been like 3 names. Abominable. They're always the same
yeah.
goddamn
I
name.
Oh,
am
the
so
Yeti
sick of
movie.
it.
Yeah.
The DreamWorks one that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
Yeah, you hate Yetis. That you made that very clear. Not a fan of the Yeti.
I've been known to hate Yetis.
Now
Really?
we are
More of a big-
Sasquatch
yeah,
fans
more of
on
a-
this show.
Well, we live in the Northwest. I mean, we kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Well, we got to be on
It's
the
kind of the rule.
lookout.
Yeah, definitely.
They're fucking everywhere
They
up
are.
here,
You never
man.
know when you're gonna get
You
snagged
run
by
into them
one.
left and right.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't open up your door without hitting one of those big bastards.
Mm.
But what was your guys' favorite performance in this?
My favorite song
Yeah.
was definitely Yesterday. When he opens up, when he's sitting there out there in the whatever on the table with his friends at the
Oh, that was
picnic
good,
or
yeah.
whatever the fuck they were
That was
doing.
again a song that I thought
was
you could go a
really
lot
awesome.
longer and do. I could add
Yeah.
another 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Beatles. Let the Beatles play. I mean,
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
honestly, that's what you're going to the movie for. I went to this movie thinking I'm gonna get so many Beatles songs, and there's gonna be so many cool different renditions, and they're gonna kind of use those fantasy elements and whatnot.
When especially
Not a lot of
getting,
that.
getting the
A lot of Ed
rights to
Sheeran,
the
though.
Beatles, make
Yeah.
the most of it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you have the whole library of the Beatles, you can use whatever fucking song you want. Make the most.
This is
out
the
of it.
first song. This is the first movie I mean that I know of that's ever been really just directly centered around the Beatles. And yeah, no one's. I don't think anyone's ever had the entire catalog at their. I mean, that'd be how expensive do you think it must have been to fucking acquire all these song rights? They had to have gotten a deal on it.
Yeah, they had to have. They had to have known someone. I mean, the budget's only $26 million.
Yeah,
so
there's
it's like,
no.
come
I'm
on.
guessing they didn't pay a
No.
fucking cent for any
Someone
of these
knew
songs.
someone.
Well, it was Ed Sheeran. He was doing it all. He's the main fucking character in this.
Yeah, it was.
I was disappointed not to see him go through like the phases of the Beatles either. Like I was hoping when he first got noticed, he'd be like the younger, like fangirl Beatle, and then like he would start going like super like psychedelic and
Well, I
getting into
thought
drugs.
for sure
Yeah,
there'd be an LSD scene.
No, then
Very,
never was.
very shocked not to see one.
Like
I was
you're having a
pissed.
blank and you can't think of a Beatles song. You take LSD. That's
Yeah.
immediately the thing you do.
Yeah.
Why would he not? I mean, if he's a
Yeah.
Beatles fan, he knows that a good portion of their music came from LSD.
yes.
Yeah, and I
Magic
think
carpet
Best
ride, man.
portions.
and this was I think this was one of we joke, but I think this was the fault where this song didn't take any, or this movie didn't take any risk at all. I don't think.
No, it was way too conventional.
Yeah, where they would never,
Mm-hmm.
and he never played like Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
There's so many songs that he could have played that he never really played that. And I think that it was them kind of being weary of that Beatles are associated with drug use.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he never.
it's the
even-
fucking Beatles, yeah, of
No,
course.
obviously it was. They
I
were
know.
revolutionary, man.
Yeah.
He never even put on a Sgt. Pepper's outfit, and I was pissed.
No, they did make a few references towards it too, though. Like when they were in the board meeting, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we really like this album cover, but instead we're gonna go with white."
And at the very end, the Russian gal and the British gal, they were both wearing the
Oh
Sgt.
yeah,
Sgt.
yeah,
Pepper's.
yeah.
which was I thought was cool at the very end. That kind of cut to, which again I wanted to see more of them and
Yeah.
know why the fuck they were the only
why
ones.
randomly? And how did they find
And
each
why
other?
was that giant Russian guy at a fucking Ed Sheeran concert? He was like
Yes.
50 years old, and they're all like teenage
Mhm.
girls,
Yeah.
and this 7'2" Russian
And
guy
he was
is sitting-
pissed.
and
And he
he's
does
not
not look
moving at all.
happy.
He's not.
so mad.
He's
at
not
Ed
netting his
Sheeran.
head. He's not doing anything. You gotta be wary of this guy. This guy's picking off kids. You gotta know. Yeah, bro. This guy's this
He's
red
the,
flags.
Richard Kuklinski
Oh, it's
of-
red
of,
flags everywhere. And like, well, he just happened to be at an Ed Sheeran concert. Like, this guy loves
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran.
Fucking love-
He's
yeah,
a big
it
fan
was
apparently.
so-
Has his T-shirt and everything.
It was too perfect. I also thought he was going to be the main villain because I was like, oh, we
Well,
got
yeah, and
a
we
Russian
even-
villain here.
Exactly.
Like
we even
James
get that
Bond
one
shit.
scene where he's like at home, like working on the computer and stuff and looking different things up, like he was the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
But
like he was-
I did like where they ended up going with that, where it was this big, because everyone thought that they were going to be pissed, right? That was
Right,
what
they were
everyone
gonna
was
be the
thinking,
bad
right?
guys,
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone thought they were just going to go in his room and just fucking jump him or something.
I agree, but I also disagree because like if they would have done a good job at the end and let us know, it would have been. But it was anticlimactic for me the entire
Yes,
ending
yeah.
of this movie, and that was what's frustrating.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't mind. I don't mind you throwing me for a loop because I appreciate that, but then have it pay off in
Yeah.
the end. If it doesn't pay off in the end, then you just fucked me over twice, right?
Well, yeah, if they would have built it up where it was this big long journey where he like battled and he's just having, because it was that towards the end, and so if they were where I thought they were going, if they were gonna build it up and he would have been just strung out towards the end, right about, because that was supposed to be the moment that
Yeah.
brought him back from like the darkness or whatever, right?
Yep.
And like you said, it was very
he's so
anticlimactic because
stressed.
it really didn't matter that much. I thought it was gonna be like right before, like maybe he's about to kill himself, he's just gonna do something crazy, and then they come in and just save him because it was a really big moment, but really it was just, yeah, we fucking love it and we'll see you later.
Yeah,
Like,
And a very weird thing too, we never saw him go through any sort of rock and roll phase whatsoever.
no.
You're trying to tell me when you're that big, you don't go through anything? Not
Yeah.
one groupie girl did he get with?
No.
I
He
didn't
talked
feel
about,
like he
he
was
talked
even
about
that
he fucked
famous.
one Russian girl.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it with Ellie, with his,
Yeah,
his
no,
manager
yeah.
that he loved, and I was like,
No,
what?
he
This doesn't
never
make any
never
sense.
took advantage. I think even the Beatles would have been a little pissed off that, okay, you got all our songs, take a little advantage. I mean, have some fun here.
Yeah.
He never. I mean, he went from just stressing, which it would be stressful because you would be living just a constant lie. But again, it's that thing where it's like nobody knows.
Exactly.
So put it in the back of your mind, and you're giving
And
these
you-
people all this music where this music wouldn't be
Would
around.
never
And
have existed,
and like
yeah.
the lady who knew that they were still around, she said that the world's way worse off without Beatles music. So you're doing a good thing still. Without you, no one would know about these songs, these great fucking
And
songs.
he knew that, and even going and seeing John Lennon and being like, "Oh shit!" Like this actually made it so John Lennon's still alive and made it to 70s. After
And-
all
and
of that, he
enjoyed
finds all
life.
that. He's
And
just
he's-
like, "Nah, fuck it. I want this girl. I
Yeah,
cheated."
and he's still super fucking bummed after that, after the John Lennon
Yeah,
thing and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's gotta
John
run
Lennon's
out.
living a lot better life.
He is.
I mean,
And a
yeah,
fuller life too. Yeah.
a lot longer.
He's not with that crazy chick either.
No, I thought for sure they were. If this movie would have been edgier, took any risk, I thought they would have done an Okuno joke or something.
I know. they
Like the
did.
very end, she like pops out in a bush and like he just runs away because he knows that she's gonna ruin his
Yeah.
career, or just something like, or even like they go to John Lennon's house and it's a picture and he ended up just still marrying Oko, but they had a regular life together, and she ended up not being a total crazy bitch.
Yeah, she's just normal.
Yeah, she's a normal, awesome mom. Instead, she's just fucking screaming all the time.
And it was so
It's
funny. You
so
play that.
loud.
There's this audio thing that she said or something. If you play it backwards, it says, "I shot John Lennon." Everyone freaks out about that.
She might as well have, man.
She could
She
have,
might as well
yeah.
handed that guy the fucking gun. I have some strong feelings on Oko
Wow.
Uno.
Not
Oh,
a
yeah.
fan.
No, who would be?
Well, did you see that crazy?
Her
John
thing?
Lennon.
performance art is
What was
shit
it?
too.
It was
horrible.
the late night show with Carlin or whatever. Dan Carlin, not Dan Carlin. What
Dan Carlin was I don't know if you think
the late show back in the day. But anyway,
Johnny
she-
Carson.
Johnny Carson. Thank you. Dan Carlin. Dan Carlin's a history guy. Yeah, no. Johnny
Oh, yeah,
Carson.
that's another podcast.
Yeah, Johnny Carson. But she just walked out in the middle of one of his performances because he was getting the spotlight and it pissed her off.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's crazy
She's
footage.
crazy.
Like
yeah.
she is nuts.
She made fucking John. I mean, she broke the entire band
Mm-hmm.
up. I would have liked if maybe he went and saw all of them. Like they go meet like Paul
Mm-hmm.
McCartney. He's like he owns like a pottery shop or something. Ringo. He goes meets Ringo and he's in prison because
He's in a
Ringo's a weird
circus.
guy. Yeah, he's yeah.
Or in the circus. Yeah.
Yeah. George Harrison, he probably would have still gotten into the drugs and probably wouldn't have lived long. So I got a feeling no matter what, he was going to get into those drugs.
Yeah, they didn't play Taxman either. I was so upset.
Yeah, there wasn't. I wish there would have been more references to the rest of them, but because they all got to be around, right?
Yeah,
There's got to be a Paul McCartney
maybe
running
not
around there
George.
just doing regular. Yeah, George maybe not would have made it no matter what because he was a fireball man. he lived yeah, I don't know. I wish they would have gotten into that though more. The John Lennon scene was the best scene though, and he did give a very good kind of profound speech or whatever, talking about how he wasn't famous but he was still successful. I guess sailed the world.
Yeah.
He still loves round glasses. What are the odds that carries
I was
around?
like, this guy just cannot get away from granny glasses.
He still loves that Harry Potter fashion glasses. Can't get away from those.
No, they're classic.
Yeah. I wish he would have asked him more questions, too, about, like, did you ever think about getting into music or something like that? Or, like, more information about, like, why he never, ended up becoming a star or whatnot. And it would have gave us more information on maybe the blackout and everything that happened.
Yeah,
no one
true.
was freaking out about
Well,
this
there were no
12-second
answers.
blackout that happened around the world. I think people would be losing their goddamn minds
I would
if
have
that
freaked
happened.
the fuck out.
Yeah,
I
if
think
if
every
it happened on a
government
global
would think
scale-
there was attack. Yeah, I think
Well, not
people would
even
be
an
locking
attack. It
shit
could have been
down,
fucking a giant asteroid that's coming our way, man. I mean, we don't even think about that. We're so focused on like what we're all doing on this planet that like space is huge. An asteroid comes and hit.
You're preaching
Could
it,
have been a
brother.
it could have been a
This
blackout.
is a whole
man.
another issue that
Yeah,
is
I
a
know.
lot scarier, and I don't know if I want
It's
to.
very scary.
I think they are tracking asteroids and stuff and
Yes.
making sure that it's solar flares. We gotta watch
gotta
out
worry
for,
about
man.
it.
Those
Space Force,
solar
bro.
flares. Yeah, we gotta get that Space Force
We
up
gotta
and
get that
running. What's
SpaceX
going
or
on
whatever
there?
it's called. I know. We got to get it up and running. Let's go. Time's a ticking.
Trump, someone get him on the line.
Gosh, maybe that'll be what he runs on 2020.
Space Force.
SpaceX. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Space Force.
Yeah,
What's SpaceX in?
that's
That's
fucking
Elon
Elon
Musk.
Musk. I would
that's
not
right.
get those two mixed
No.
up.
No, one
don't think
actually.
Elon-
One
knows the
smokes
difference.
weed on Joe Rogan's podcast. The other,
Yeah, that's what Elon Musk is known for.
Yes.
Out of all the things
it
he's
is.
done, he's known for
It
smoking.
is, man. Talk about how so many people saw that clip. That was the biggest clip. He had to literally step down from Tesla because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
big deal.
loose cannon. You got to wrangle that guy.
Very good.
And he did some questionable things leading up to that with the
Yeah.
whole Thailand kids and whatnot and calling that guy a pedophile.
Yeah.
He was-
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't think it was really the weed, but I think it was a lot of things building up to that.
Yeah.
He was getting a little crazy. You got to watch out with that guy, though, because he will become a supervillain.
He will.
And
Could potentially one
yeah, I'm
day.
like an actual Bond
He's
villain.
launching shit into space. We don't know what
Yeah,
he's doing.
he's
We're
launching all
giving him
kinds
free
of
rein.
shit into
He's got
space.
underground tunnels in LA. This is a problem. Okay, that's literally bad news. That's a supervillain waiting to happen.
I don't think the tunnels are that bad. Yeah.
Have you not watched a superhero movie? There's millions of bad guys. Well, not
In
millions.
tunnels? Like
In
mole people?
tunnels? Yeah, watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're
We're
the good
lucky.
people in there.
Who
in
cares?
tunnels.
We're lucky they're the good people. We're lucky
They're
they're
not
the good
bad,
people.
though.
Doesn't matter.
In
they
that,
still
with
live
that
underground.
logic, we need more tunnels, more Ninja
more
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. We have to reproduce these.
Yeah.
Days, yes. That is
What are you thinking?
Doesn't what's his face live in the tunnels too? Master
Master
Scrotum?
Splinter.
Yeah,
Master Splinter. Yeah,
Yeah, he lives in the tunnels.
He's a
does.
fucking rat. They won't allow him anywhere else.
that's true.
Segregation, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to go where you got to go.
Yeah,
mean,
I had a
rat
dog.
Stays in a sewer.
I had a dog that looked just like Master Splinter. Not a great looking dog.
No, I said
Yeah,
an
no.
ugly little.
No,
fucker.
yeah, not a
Yeah.
great looking.
It's one of
dog.
those scruffy.
Yeah, old. Like she always looked old. Like even as a puppy, she like came out old, like Master Splinter style.
It's like a
Benjamin
Jack
Button.
Russell mix.
Yeah, it was like a rat terrier. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Ooh.
not the best dog. No,
Fuck those dogs.
but looked like Master Splinter, which was cool. Which
It's
is.
dope. Yeah,
What'd
got
you
the
name
little
it?
whiskers and everything.
Was it?
But I named the dog.
Yeah.
Well, it was a Splinter. It was a girl. It's nothing cool. Nothing cool. Nothing even
Splinty.
worth mentioning. Yeah. No, I botched it because I've seen Secret of Ooze like 80 times, and at that age, that's all I was thinking about. Was those freaking turtles. Well, what else about this movie? Any other scenes that we really, really enjoyed? I mean, one of the things that was unrealistic was this guy gets hit by a city bus and he's not immediately going to sue. That's every rock star's dream. You get ran over by a city bus, you're fucking set.
For life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, they'll
this
be
guy
paying
was
you.
a fucking idiot though.
Yeah, he had
like
no.
he was. So
But like he was
dumb.
a poor like fucking trying to be a rock star, and you get hit by a bus. Everyone's trying to get hit by a bus these days.
Yeah.
People would just walk out in front of him.
Oh yeah,
God.
in Portland especially, people are losing legs left and
Crazy
right.
story out of Portland today, too. Did you see that? That fucking journalist just got the shit kicked out of him by Antifa. Beat the shit
Who?
out of him. It's some well-known journalist. I mean, he's got a blue check mark and everything on Twitter.
Ooh.
But he was just reporting on the violence between right-wing and Antifa, and they beat the shit
This
out
is
of him.
really big.
Stole all of his camera equipment and
This
stuff,
is
too.
really big news coming out of Portland though. That's even movie related.
What's that?
Did you hear that Damian Lillard is gonna have a big role in Space Jam 2?
Yes.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm fucking
bro.
wild.
I can't
That's
wait.
awesome.
I can't wait to get a Monstar Lillard
Yeah.
jersey. It's gonna be so.
Oh
fun.
my
That'll be sick.
fucking lord!
Yeah, you gotta think about those kind of things.
He's got a big role, too, huh?
That's what it said. It's gonna be him, Anthony Davis, which is fucking awesome.
LeBron
Mr.
James.
Unibrow.
LeBron, of course, he's the main guy. Yeah, and I can't remember
Anthony
what.
Davis looks like a Looney Tune.
No, he looks like a Monstar. He already looks like a fucking. I can't imagine how ugly they're gonna make that son of a bitch's cartoon. He's gonna have the biggest. Like they're gonna over exaggerate
Yeah.
that eyebrow so much. Like he's gonna be 90% eyebrow. But yeah. So now I'm excited for it. That's gonna set Lillard up, man.
It will.
That is gonna. He might not come back and play basketball.
No, dude, he'll be shooting movies the rest of his life.
That's what LeBron.
Bring on Space
That's
Jam
what LeBron
3.
James is slowly rolling into. He's just gonna stop showing up for practices.
I hope he's better than he was in Portlandia. You ever seen that?
Lillard?
episode? Yeah.
Oh, Lillard's not a good actor now.
No.
But I mean, LeBron James is surprisingly decent, but no one of that. I mean,
Michael
he's
Jordan
Charles
wasn't.
Barkley. No, Jordan sucked.
Yeah, Jordan
Yeah,
was
so,
a
but it was you don't give a shit when you're that age.
You don't. When,
No.
It was one of my favorite movies.
And when you
I
see
never-
when you
and
see
I
Michael
never
Jordan
knew.
playing basketball at Looney
Yeah.
Tunes, you don't give a fuck what he's saying.
I never
Yeah.
knew he was a bad actor as a child. I had no idea.
yeah.
No idea. I mean, I do now as an adult, but had no idea back then when I watched it when I was 7.
Well, you didn't care.
No, you didn't give a shit.
Again, if they don't bring that Bill Murray cameo, I'll
Yeah, I'm
walk
in
out of the
mood.
theater.
Yeah.
I will.
I'll walk out of the theater.
Within 50 minutes. I need one Bill Murray guy.
Yeah,
cameo.
cameo. We have to get him. You know, you have to get him. That's the only thing that's going to save that movie.
Yep.
That and Lola
We
Bunny.
talked about this earlier, but it should be him.
Lola Bunny
being
made
the
a lot of
coach.
people furries. I have a theory that she started that furry trend. She woke up a lot of shit in some weird people. People were confused.
It was very confusing.
Am I supposed to be
as a child.
attracted? Why would you make
Yeah.
a rabbit so goddamn sexy?
It is a very. It's alarming more than anything else. You're just
As a
confusing
12-year-old
all of
seeing
us.
that?
Yeah.
Not
We're
good.
going through enough shit. We're going through puberty. You know, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. You got to look at a rabbit.
Everything's fucking
It's,
sexy.
it's so strange.
He also had
A
Jessica
provocative 2 rocks could get a 12-year-old kid going.
Yeah, I
You-
look at my
you-
pillow. I get a boner. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
now
I'm
you're gonna
confused.
bring me this rabbit, this
Yeah.
sexy
You
rabbit.
cannot do this to me.
No, not as a kid.
No.
Not as a
Too
kid.
much. To
They
just
knew what they were
fucking take
doing.
in. They did.
They knew what they were doing.
They did
They're-
it anyway. It's horse shit. That's what it is.
Well, they knew they're gonna get weird old people, weird like middle-aged people in there that like that kind of stuff. They're just they know what they like, and they're gonna get kids that are just fucking confused as all hell.
Very confused. Yeah.
But yeah, we got to have the whole cast back, right?
Hopefully.
I
You
mean,
think Jordan makes a cameo appearance?
If there's a casino involved,
No way, Jordan's in this.
Why do you say casino?
because he has a huge gambling problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he really?
Yeah.
He's always had a big gambling.
Yeah.
problem.
It's,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's like gone bankrupt from it.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's got all this money though. Why gamble? It
he
doesn't make any
owns
sense.
majority of the not the Bobcats anymore, the Hornets.
Yeah.
Hornets. Yeah. He
got
did
money.
own back in the day.
He's making way more money than he ever fucking did playing basketball.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he was a billionaire at one point.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then he got a divorce. Yeah, that'll do that.
I think he was still a
I think
billionaire after the
Bezos is
divorce.
dealing with that right now too, boys.
Who?
Bezos. Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah.
The richest man on the face of the fucking planet.
Doesn't he own? No, that's Mark Cuban.
Yep. Cuban owns the Mavericks.
Yeah, the Mavericks.
Yeah. Two. Yeah, they could. But Jeff Bezos, he's from Seattle, so I mean, but there's no teams that you can own in Seattle.
No.
Well, fucking Paul Allen vacated
This
Yeah.
is true.
the Earth.
Yeah.
Now
And
that
hey, if you
R.I.P.
want
my guy.
Bezos to put some money behind an NBA team, hey, Portland's up for sale. You know what I'm saying?
I think he would try to move Portland, Seattle, and he can
Yeah,
go
he would.
fuck himself.
Yeah, that'd piss me off.
I'm not going to allow that. I mean, I just won't allow it.
No.
I just won't let it happen.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't. I'll burn that city to the ground before I see my team going. But yeah, so that's huge. That's movie news. That's a little bit of movie news.
Yeah,
that's just a little taste of our movie
news for next week.
So if you're into that kind of just groundbreaking kind
I
of
think because
shit.
we're stalling, because normally we have a lot to say about movies.
Yeah.
You know, but this one, it's very strange too, because like when we get to reviewing this and like giving our grades, I did not give this a failing grade, but at the same time, I just was not impressed. It was kind of a huge letdown for me.
I was
Because
bored
we
a
were
lot.
we were super anticipating this film.
Yeah.
And it didn't really.
No, I'm not going to give it a huge. I mean, I'm not going to give it a horrible grade. I don't think, but
No.
I just think it was very forgettable, and I don't know what kind of circumstance I would have to be in to watch this movie again.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking that.
totally.
It's totally a cash grab.
And you know what's so fun? And that's a good point. That is a good point.
But it's got
Good-
Danny Boyle, who's an amazing director. I mean, he's directed 28 Days Later, and he's directed a ton of movies. He's a
Yeah.
really good director. He's done amazing stuff. So it's not like they were just saying they're just slapping the Beatles
But I
name
think
on it.
but they kind of But I also agree with they kind of were though at the same time, because
Yeah,
like the story was not. If you're gonna use anything with the Beatles, it's got to be the best of the best.
Yeah, but Danny Boyle's someone who wouldn't have done it for like just the money. I mean, he had to have seen a script that he liked to do it because he's just not. I mean, he hasn't done a ton of movies, but he's
He might
not.
be a huge Beatles fan.
Yeah,
I know.
he's British,
Yeah.
so
Not only that, but it's tempting. I mean, you hear a movie, even if it's not the best movie ever, and you go, "Well, I mean, shit, I got to use the Beatles throughout this whole movie." Well, I'm gonna take it.
exactly. Yeah.
You know.
This is the same guy who did Train Spotting, and he didn't take any chances.
Oh yeah,
With
dude.
this?
Yeah,
What
Danny
the
Boyle and
fuck,
28
dude?
Weeks Later, one of my favorite horror movies, and Slumdog
Slumdog
Millionaire,
Millionaire is
Yeah.
awesome.
and
Holy
127 Hours.
That's a really good one. That's
Yeah.
with Franco, isn't it?
Steve Jobs.
Yep.
That got good reviews. Never saw
Was
it.
that the one with Kutcher, or was that the other one?
It
'cause
was the
there's
good
two of
one.
them.
It was the one with not fucking Kutcher. That one sucked.
That's who the hell is that guy?
Fassbender, wasn't it?
Was
Yes,
it? Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Fassbender.
yeah,
Yep.
Fassbender. And Seth Rogen was
Yeah, he was in it.
Wojciechowski or whatever his name is, his partner. Yeah. No, he's good. He's a good director. He's a really good. And the main guy, whoever played Jack Malik, which I haven't seen him in very much stuff, he did a good job too. Everyone did a good job in this film.
Yeah.
Which again makes you think it was
Well, and
just bad execution.
Yeah, and I love the chemistry. Like I genuinely enjoyed the chemistry between
Yeah, same. It seemed.
Himesh and Lily James.
Yeah, it seemed legitimate. And I also even liked the scenes with his parents also. I thought they had really good chemistry
and
too.
it was funny too.
dad
Yeah,
was a
you
dick.
could definitely. His dad didn't.
He was
but
funny.
It was
he was
funny
just
'cause-
like the super dad, where he's just 24 hours dad mode.
Yeah.
Always looking
That's
for a
what it was.
snack because that's always what dads are doing.
Yeah.
I know. But what was with
And
like?
whenever you thought the dad was gonna get deep with him, he never got deep with him. He's
Yeah.
Like, oh hey son, and he shuts the door and he's like, yeah. He's like, are you gonna eat those sandwiches? Because I'm starved. He goes, no, and he takes them out. You know,
Yeah, you
but
fat
it
ass.
yeah,
is.
that
I don't think he was a dick. It was just he's.
I thought, but
dad.
I thought there was
Yeah.
a few scenes where I thought they were going to break down, get really profound, and something
Yeah,
they're going to say something really,
emotional
really
and-
cool with those again with the Russian guy and the British guy, but it never really happened. With John Lennon, we kind of got in that, but I thought even that could have been longer and even more emotional.
And I thought that was one of the best.
because
scenes.
John Lennon just thought he was fucking nuts.
Oh,
He's
thank
like-
God we got 10 dance montages.
Yeah, we got a lot of dance. Yeah,
I'm so sick of dance montages. I'm fucking done with that shit. I hope I never see one again.
Damn.
a lot of.
I was angry. I'm not kidding. I am so sick. It is so cringy and it makes me so uncomfortable when they're just dancing to shit. Like, because they can't hear it in real life. So they're just fucking dancing in the street.
No, it's horrible. Yeah,
Fuck you.
I never told you this, but my sister was an extra in a Portland show just a few months ago, and she had to do a dance scene on the Portland Spirit or whatever.
And you got to
It's
do
no
it for
music.
hours.
It's no music. So
You
it's
got to
just-
do it for hours.
yeah, so
God.
it's awkward as
Why
hell.
would you
She
tell
said
me
it was
that?
super fucking awkward. Yeah, there's no music. Yeah, they don't.
Fuck that,
they're not
dude.
playing. They're not trying
No,
to.
you got to
get
pick up
into-
audio from the principals and the stars. So you can't have audio. You can't have
No,
the music
yeah.
player.
You're doing that in post. You don't do it out live. I mean, they're not like recording music live coming.
Yeah, so you
it's
just
just
gotta,
yeah,
you
it's
gotta
all
move
yeah.
around and it's awkward
Yeah,
as shit.
yeah.
And it's hours.
She
of
said,
it.
dude, and she said it was super fucking awkward too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Imagine being just two people and just dancing in the street.
yeah, over and over again. Eventually, you just get used to it, I guess.
Oh God.
You just gotta dance like no one's looking.
Pretty much.
And that's my message throughout this entire thing, you know. Just dance like no one's
This entire podcast, that's what it was.
Yeah, message throughout my life,
Just
really.
dance. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
It'll be okay.
Just
Do-do.
dance.
Just
Yeah.
dance.
Just dance. That's all you gotta do. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Not.
Oh, there's something else I want to talk
Oh.
about. I gotta bring up. What was with the thing of people keep like interrupting him?
It
Was
got
there some-
cringeworthy.
Yeah,
at times. I'm like,
fuck
dude,
that.
Some
please give me
connection?
a fucking
Yeah.
break.
At one point, like he goes crazy, and at one point I was going crazy. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, he hasn't had a single moment by himself in fucking 20 years. Even before he was famous, people were just
Yeah.
jumping in. Like
Yeah.
he never got a chance to talk to her because
That's the
every
thing.
time.
Him and Ellie, it was so
Yeah,
frustrating.
and I thought it was gonna be like a fate thing, like it just never worked out or something. Just everything was against him or thing. I think it was supposed to be like an ongoing joke, but it just got annoying.
Yeah.
Super
I just-
annoying.
Very
Every
annoying.
time someone running into the fucking room, it got super. And I thought there was gonna be some kind of interconnection. There was nothing.
And it was irritating too, because again, we go back to it, but there was no deeper meaning behind why they kept getting interrupted. You know, like Fate, as you brought up.
No,
There was nothing. So
it
it
was
was
just
like,
random. It was
again,
just
there was no payoff for all
British
those
people are the
interruptions.
rudest people
Yeah.
of all goddamn time. They don't know how to
Stupid.
knock. Brutal, man. That
It
was
is.
that, but like we talk about it and it's hard to explain because it happens like 9 times in the movie.
Yeah, an absurd amount of times.
Yeah, like too many.
It was getting super annoying.
Yeah, for sure. It was too much. But,
It made me not like the guy as much because I don't find him very likable at all. Like,
well, at some point you gotta lay it on the law.
yeah, like, just,
Yeah, some
well, he
point,
did, and then she was like, "All right,
Did like
dick."
yeah.
That was a funny scene. That scene I liked. The one time where he's freaking out in the studio and she's like, "Wow, you treat all your employees like this?"
Yeah.
Well,
When
fuck, dude.
she
He's,
was the one always
he's
being
trying to
nasty
talk
to
on the
him.
phone. She's yelling at
I
him.
know,
It would
it's
get.
like,
That's
fuck,
another thing
man.
where it gets so. I
Well,
can't
here's the thing-
stand when
here's
two
the thing,
people are
too.
trying
This
to
is-
talk to me.
This is what's so funny about like studio work and stuff. They acted like they had to get the tape out that day. It never works that way.
No.
You know how many months are involved in post for like recording and shit? So like if the dude took a 5-minute phone call,
No.
you're trying to tell me
Again- yeah.
Lil Wayne wouldn't answer his phone whenever the fuck he wanted to in the studio?
And the whole
at
thing
his
was
prime?
like, he's the greatest of all time. He's like, we gotta get this album out in like 2 fucking days. Like you just
Yeah,
met the
just
guy.
throw it
Like
together.
if he's a fucking messiah and he's like the greatest musician of all time, if he walks away, who's not gonna want to pick this fucking guy up?
Yeah.
I mean, he was so like committed to them, and it was such a fucking like just a shitty company. It all had to be
unrealistic.
done within like a week.
Mhm.
Like that's what it felt like the timeline line. Like we have to do this today. He's the greatest musician of all time, and you can't get this guy 5 seconds. Let him do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
And they left all of his music with Rocky just to push a button and upload it all for
That
free.
That's a
like-
great point.
And
Yeah.
that's movie universe where
I
everything's
hate
one
that.
everything's one button.
just one button away
Boop.
from total
What
destruction.
website is this?
Yeah.
yeah.
What is he uploading it to? Just the cloud?
the
I don't
cloud.
even understand. Like, what is
That's
this?
literally what they said though. He
Yeah.
uploaded it to the cloud. That was it. And they're like, "What's the cloud? What the fuck? What are we talking about here?"
Yeah.
And all the
So
music's free. Like you can't pirate music to
it
begin
wouldn't
with.
even been
anyway.
that big a deal. Everyone's got Spotify. You're gonna
Yeah,
get
it's
music
like it's not a
anyways.
big deal. Like I subscribe to this.
No
thing.
one's
Yeah,
buying
like,
albums
thanks.
anymore.
No.
Thanks for
Yeah.
giving me what I already had.
I know,
And
the
what they
manager's
expected him,
freaking
he was
out.
doing a double album, and they expected him to get it done in a week.
Yeah,
Like they're like
7 days
a
max.
double.
We gotta get this shit out, man. We gotta pump these.
He was
fucking
making a
albums out.
song a day. That's insane. No one makes one song a day. I mean, it usually takes weeks to make one song or months.
Yeah.
And they were expecting him to make
With
a
15
double
writers.
album. Yeah, insanity.
It is.
And
Pure insanity.
they're asking the best musician of all time, and what he was supposed to be to do this, and he was fine with it.
Ed Sheeran needs to get away from that manager. She's a bitch.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Yeah, I know. And she just straight up saying like, "This guy's better than you."
Yeah.
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 He's like,
And everyone's like, "All right."
I also
Ed."
thought this movie was a little long. I checked my phone
Yeah.
once or twice too, and was
yep.
like, "Man, this movie's under 2 hours, but it feels so." I feel like you could almost cut 20 minutes out of this movie that we didn't need it.
Yeah.
You know,
Like 20 minutes in the middle.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well-
it sagged for sure. It was that. I mean, it felt like it was all just to get to that John Lennon scene in those last. Cause the
that
last
was a good
20
scene.
minutes, the last 20 minutes with him singing "Help Me" and whatnot and everything at the again, which is another. Which again was another part. I could have thought he would have. Yeah, that was the one redemption or the one that version that he did that I did not enjoy either.
Yeah, it was bad.
It wasn't
He did
supposed
not
to be
sing it very
good. It wasn't
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah,
to
and
be
again,
good,
but
though,
I
'cause
thought we were
it
gonna
was
get-
a cry for help.
But again, I thought we were gonna get more music during that part.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna
Oh,
play
I see
two
what
other
you're saying.
songs.
And they had it
give
on
you
the rooftop too. Like that's a
Would've
very
been awesome.
iconic
Yeah.
Beatles thing.
Would have been
that-
fucking awesome, but he only plays one song in a song that's not very good.
Yeah.
That's the one, and that's the one song that we got that he almost played through the entirety of.
Yep.
It's
The
the one
entire
song that
thing,
you
yeah.
don't want to listen to.
They could have probably ended it at that dinner scene because he just basically was like, "No, I'm not gonna stay with you. I'm gonna go pursue music." And then he goes and pursues music, and then he's like, "Nah, fuck this." I
Yeah,
want
are
some
you talking
puss."
about
when she's
when he
like,
meets Ellie at the train?
"Yeah," and she's like, "You either stay here or you don't get some of the Strange."
Yeah,
He's like, "Nah, I want music," and then he was like, "Nah, I want some Strange." So
Yeah, it would have been sad, but it also would have been, a decent ending. Yeah, I agree. That you could almost ended it there. And
well, the
just
fact that he didn't
made
get
it like
anything
that.
out of
Yeah.
being like
With
this
her?
musician. No, well, he didn't get. Well, he obviously he gets. I mean, he had
I mean,
a
he gets
full life
love, I
with her.
guess,
Yeah.
and some Strange.
No, yeah, and some Strange, but he didn't get anything out of being a musician. It was all shit. He didn't get to enjoy it 1 second. He didn't. One part, it didn't seem like he was having fun.
Oh yeah, he was so stressed.
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah. And he had that fucking idiot, which I liked the Rocky.
Rocky?
Rocky, he was this the shit. And then how he got fired immediately. He's just
Yeah.
horrible at his job. I thought that was pretty good. But
That guy's in Game of Thrones, isn't he?
that guy is?
Yeah, Rocky. He's the guy who gets with Daenerys.
You are right.
Well,
He is. He's Lorqua in it. Yeah.
Farquaad.
Lord
No,
Farquaad?
Hizdar Zo Lorqua. He's in a bunch of episodes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do know who
Yeah,
he
he
is.
like he tries to marry Daenerys, I think.
See, dude, that's the thing. Everyone in Britain has been in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Every
even Ed
British-
Sheeran.
There's only
Yeah, even
there's only
Sheeran.
40 people on that fucking island, and they've all been on Game of Thrones. Everyone has. There's not a British actor that hasn't. That's my gripe. No Americans. I don't like that. Americans are always out of everything. We're always getting the raw end of the deal.
We are always. Oh man.
Well, what did we think about yesterday?
Well, we'll let our guest go first. What's your grade?
Oh yeah.
About
Give us your
yesterday?
give us your little summary. What did you think? Things you liked, things you didn't like, and
And if you're
what
gonna
would you give
review it
grade?
like a teacher, A through F,
Mhm.
what would you get this?
I'd probably give it a C plus.
Okay.
It's not quite a B.
Yeah.
Um,
So slightly above average.
Slightly above.
well, fuck, maybe
So
just
would
a
you
C.
would you recommend it to people? Like
Um,
so like if your friends are talking, you're like, yeah, the Beatles. Would you recommend it or no?
No, honestly, I probably wouldn't. I mean, because I'm a very big Beatles fan, and I was like just disappointed and bored the whole movie. I like that it's about the Beatles, and it's cool that they're trying to bring it to another generation, which I sound so fucking old saying that, but
No, but I get it. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And
Like,
you
you
are
know I
you are
appreciate it,
86
yeah.
years old.
I am.
are.
I'm
You
fucking
just look
old. I
extremely
remember
good.
seeing the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. I was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were in
I'm
the
Ed
audience.
Sullivan.
It's-
Fuck, dude. Yeah, it was just okay for me.
okay.
Yeah, I would never recommend this movie to a Beatles fan.
Never.
Like, if you're a diehard Beatles fan, you came out to me, I wouldn't even mention it. Even if he asked me, he's like, "Oh, have you seen Yesterday?" I'd be,
What's that?
no, never. Because this is not. I mean, if you're a really big, and I'm a big Beatles fan too, and this did not scratch that Beatles itch for me, like Rocket Man, like scratched that fucking.
Elton John.
Yeah.
I still
Bohemian
keep
Rhapsody.
playing
Same dude, yeah.
Elton John music because it's just like that movie was so fucking good.
And
that
for
I'm
this
still
this
into
movie,
it.
I didn't go because I did listen to the Beatles album after, but I didn't listen to even songs that they had in the movie. I was listening to stuff that I wish they had in the
Yeah,
movie.
like I listened to Revolver on the way there.
yeah,
And they didn't play anything.
So it didn't, and even in like Rocket Man, I even went and listened to that soundtrack of even just Taron Egerton playing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go search that out at all after this movie. I mean, it made me want to listen to the Beatles, but not in the good way. It made me want to listen to the Beatles and kind of forget about
Yeah.
Yesterday.
this yesterday, and focus on today.
Today, because that is where
Which
we
is
are.
again is one of
Because
my
we
many
never-
messages I try to give to my audience. But yeah,
So what's your grade for it?
my grade, fuck. I'll give it a C minus. Not horrible. Not the shittiest thing
Wow.
ever. It's not. I mean, it's just not a good Beatles movie.
Yeah.
It's an average movie, but it's not a good Beatles movie. And if you have the Beatles at your fucking fingertips, you better make a really good movie about the Beatles. It doesn't even have to be about the Beatles, but make them like the Beatles should have felt like a star in this.
Yep.
Like
Totally.
the Beatles should have felt like they were their own kind of like an actor or some part of the movie. They didn't feel for me it felt like they were just played in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the background was the Beatles, and it was more about Jack Malik and Ellie and that relationship, which I didn't.
Did the Beatles even have anything to do with this movie? Like, I know Queen had like they helped out with Bohemian Rhapsody, but I haven't
In the
seen...
worst way possible, they helped out.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, exactly.
No,
but
I
don't
would
think they helped at all.
Yeah,
on
I haven't
this.
heard anything. I would assume that Paul McCartney probably had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what Ringo's doing these days.
Ringo's just
I am not sure, but he's just waiting to get the band back together.
This is one of the first times actually that my score is going to be lower than yours. I was
Yeah.
pissed with this movie.
Well, you're so mad you wore Guns N' Roses.
I did
hats to
wear
a
Gu-
Beatles.
I
Fucking,
did.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned
an
off
FU
air,
would
I
be.
did have a Beatles shirt. I just couldn't fit into it, so I
It was
ended
too
up going with
big.
the Guns N' Roses hat.
Yeah.
So.
Weird
But
trade off.
No, I really was. Yeah, weird, odd, strange. I was so let down by this movie. I was expecting, like a really good Beatles film, and we didn't get that. I thought the acting was good, obviously, but the storyline, they didn't know what they wanted to be. They didn't know if they wanted to go down the rom-com or like the Beatles musician route. And I wish they would have just chose one. For me, this does not get a good review. I'm sitting at a D+ on this.
D+.
fair.
Not happy. And I could even go as low as a D because
Hey.
it just disappointed on every front for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan either, but and critics didn't like it very much either. I think it's standing at 60.
Yeah.
But fucking fans,
loved it.
just the dipshits of the world. They love fucking anything. It's at a 91%.
You're shitting me.
Oh, I shit you not, my guy.
Wow, I don't agree with the audience either. Normally, I'm all for the audience, man.
Oh, they
Maybe
love
I'm
it, man.
Maybe I'm just a grumpy
You play
old
5.
fuck.
I mean, I'm guessing majority of these people aren't diehard Beatles fans.
This
That
is true.
that
Yeah,
saying
good
this.
point.
So maybe people just love the rom-com. And people do love rom-coms. That's why they keep fucking making them.
I like rom-coms usually. Like the Notebook is one of my favorite fucking movies.
Yeah, well, Notebook's more of a romance than a rom-com. Is there any comedy?
yeah,
elements?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's literally.
Rom-
I
zero
haven't
comedy
seen the
elements at all.
Notebook, but
You know
I wasn't
what?
sure how
Yeah, now
funny it was.
I'm thinking about it, I don't like rom-coms. at all.
No, I think you're thinking. I fucking hate rom-coms.
Yeah.
I'm very vocal about that on here. It's my least favorite genre of any movie. A romance, depends what kind of mood you're in.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a couple whiskeys, you're getting depressed, you put a romance on.
Okay.
Yeah, see where that takes you.
Yeah.
But the rom-com, I've never been in a rom-com mood.
Not very often.
Unless
for
it's
me either.
suicidal, I'm just thinking I might kill myself and go out on the worst possible
You
note.
got to watch
I'll-
Just Friends or something, right?
Just Friends is very good rom-com. That's
It
the
is actually
one
a really
rom-com
good
I enjoy.
rom-com.
You could have picked any other,
I know, but
Like,
I
that's
decided.
the one with
I
Ryan
like
Reynolds.
decided to throw
21
you for a loop.
Dresses or whatever shit like that. You could have picked that.
Yeah.
I love Just Friends.
That's with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
movie's-
Christmas movie, not
yeah,
a
it's
rom-com.
a good movie.
It is a rom com.
Every Christmas movie is a rom-com, though.
Yeah,
really.
That's true.
Not the Grinch. He never fucks that little girl.
I wish he did.
Why?
She's a bitch, dude.
Damn,
Bro, she
that's
just
got serious.
not a fan of Christmas.
No, it's
That's why they bonded, really.
That is.
That's the story.
Yep.
You don't have to like Christmas.
You don't have to,
No, you can be a Grinch.
but if you don't,
go fuck yourself.
you could be a communist. So you might have to do something about that. Because who does not like receiving gifts?
It's about giving, Mason. You son of a bitch.
Oh
Son
yeah,
of a
that's right,
bitch.
isn't it? Yeah, it's about giving. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Well, I like to receive, boys. So send me your gifts this way. So this Christmas, I better
That's
get
a shout out
bunch
to
of-
everyone that's listening. Send us your gifts.
Yeah, send us. You can find us at the Have You Seen It? Our mailing address.
Yeah, our P.O. box. Drop that. Send us all your presents.
Don't send us any cyanide, please.
It sounds like you want cyanide.
Yeah.
I do want cyanide, actually. Please send me cyanide.
It's
you
fine
can
unless
send
you
that to
as long as you don't
854
eat it.
New
Yeah.
York
I know,
Avenue
It's not gonna
Street.
kill you.
It's not gonna kill you.
No, I know.
Except you eat everything you receive in the mail.
Everything.
Right?
Well,
Without
yeah.
thought, you
That's
gotta give it a
an
taste.
issue too.
I've
because-
been meaning
It's
to
that
talk to you about
old-fashioned
that.
Mason Knight taste test.
Look,
You
I
gotta
just
give
open it up. I give it a little
Yeah.
one. I'm like,
all 5 senses. You gotta give the smell.
the smell. The
Gotta
the
sound. It's
shake.
kid. Because you'll taste anything.
I will.
Now,
I will.
anthrax. You get anthrax in the mail, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because you breathe that in. Cyanide,
Game
unless you're
over.
fucking eating it, I think you're good.
But any skin, if it touches your skin or anything, you're dead.
Not the
Cyanide?
powder, only if it's you have to put it into a liquid form.
Yeah.
That's how.
Richard Kuklinski used to do it.
Yeah, I used to sneeze on people.
Mhm.
That's the worst
What?
sneeze you can have.
Yeah, Richard Kuklinski was the
Iceman.
The Iceman, yeah, for the mob.
Like Arnold
in the
Schwarzenegger?
70s. No, he's like the terrible version of it. He was a Polish hitman. He killed
Yeah,
over like
he's a
200
serial
people.
killer.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
literally just a serial
Well, he
killer.
says he killed. He's kind of
But
fucking all about him
they
too.
did confirm that it was like well over 100 people. That
He killed a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I think he killed.
How did he
Confirmed
get himself to
hits.
sneeze like on command, like when he wanted to kill somebody?
he would fake sneeze.
No, he has spray bottle.
Yeah, spray bottle.
Oh.
He didn't
was
like eat cyanide and then like sneeze on people and just hope like a
Sounds
like a
like-
squirt gun.
Did he, like so confused. Well, you just said sneeze on people.
No, he pretended he like put in a handkerchief because in the 70s everyone just
Yeah, everyone
sneezed on each
sne-
other. They
yeah.
had no
No fucking
no
idea.
law, no
They're all
nothing.
coked up to the gills in the
I know.
clubs,
People
doing
just-
disco
yeah.
and whatever else.
They didn't give a fuck. But yeah, he just went around sneezing, killing everyone.
That sounds nice.
It's an easy way to do it.
It is.
It's kind of it's a pussy way if you're gonna ask me. But
No, if you're gonna kill somebody, you gotta eat them.
yeah, alive. That's the only way to earn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta earn it. And
Well-
that's what kind of a message we want to send to everyone.
Okay, so we're sending 2 messages, one of positivity, the other of eating
Negativity.
people.
Yeah,
Yes,
eating people.
okay.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a perfect crime. Get rid of the evidence.
Yeah, I guess if you want to just eat the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta eat the whole thing.
How do you
How's it
dispose of the bones, though?
blend it up, shake?
Shit, a protein shake?
Yeah, I guarantee you get
Powder
some kind of
bone?
nutrition.
That's
out
so
of them.
strange.
They're calcium, aren't they?
Yeah, calcium.
This is really
It's
going
better
off
than
the
milk,
rails,
bro.
boys.
Not kidding. That's why Jeffrey Dahmer did it. Honestly.
He was strong as an ox.
He
People
didn't-
don't know that.
Yeah,
about
he
Dahmer.
did not like milk. So
Too bad he couldn't.
had to
He wasn't
compensate.
strong enough to stop those knife stabbings, though.
No, he got
Ah,
beat.
Prison.
He got beat with a pipe.
Oh.
Wasn't strong enough to stop that pipe.
No, he wasn't. No.
Well,
They definitely laid
both
pipe.
figuratively
Yeah.
and literally. I think he got the pipe more than once in prison.
yeah.
If you're gonna ask me.
I think he gave
You're
the pipe
asking,
more
I
than
think,
once.
yes.
Oh,
I wasn't asking though. That's what's weird. You know?
he was a sad, sad man. We can
Yeah.
get into that some other day.
Did you guys ever see that Jeffrey Dahmer movie?
My friend Dahmer.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
heard
did
it was
see
like
it.
a PG version of what the fuck it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It was like him as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, he didn't kill anyone when he was a kid.
It wasn't.
Yeah, but I heard it wasn't creepy or anything. It was just my friend Dahmer.
It was creepy.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
No, it's a real story. I've read the comic book. Is the guy who went to school with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
He grew up and he always said he was just. I mean, everyone kind of got along with him, but he always said there was something wrong with him. So there's something there that wasn't right. Yeah, and then he wrote the story, and then they made it into a movie.
Yeah.
So it's basically what they saw of him as a kid. But
It wasn't a bad movie.
no, that kid that did a pretty good job from
Yeah,
kid
Ross
from the
Lynch?
Disney Channel.
Yeah.
How do you know that kid's name? How? What other?
I don't. I was a guess, bro.
What's his name?
What show is he in? Disney Channel. You gotta know the show. Now.
I have no idea what the show is, but I know his name is Ross Lynch.
How? And there's no way
Yeah,
you don't know.
he's right. Ross Lynch.
Well, I don't actually know how I know that.
He
I
is
never,
on
No, he was behind my
Teen
time, or-
Beach movie.
Teen Beach movie. I know you've seen that.
I've never seen that.
That's a Disney movie.
I
yeah.
just
He
Girl
started on the
Meets
Disney.
World.
He started on the Disney Channel.
Well, I have
Yeah.
a little brother. Maybe that's why.
Austin and Alley. I know you like that one.
What the hell is that? That's a
Disney.
Disney.
Why
show?
am I on trial here for fucking
watching
Ross
Disney?
Lynch?
Because of all the people in the world to know names,
Dude,
you know
I'm good
Ross
with names. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's good. It's good diversity, I suppose.
I
Because
think
me and you did not know it.
Dude,
So-
Because I haven't
we-
watched the Disney Channel in 20 years.
same.
You're well, you're a little younger than us.
I honestly,
You're a little younger,
he was
so yeah, you might have been around it a little more.
maybe I don't
Like
remember.
I know quite a bit about Hannah Montana, but that's because my sister watched it,
Oh,
so I was
yeah,
around it a lot
sure.
more. And that show is fucking excellent.
I knew a lot. Yeah, well,
That's a
it's
Black
good.
Mirror episode in itself.
It is.
She was dating. She's like dating like cause she's like 2 different personalities. She's like starts to like not know who she is. It's a horror
Very
fucking
confusing.
show, dude. It's crazy.
And that
dude.
guy who sings that Old Town Road is in it. You know that guy?
Yeah, the guy just got famous by singing that road. Old
Yeah.
Town Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her brother was like 34 in it. And he was dating like
Yeah.
her friends and stuff. It came out, It came out like he was like really old and he just looked like he was 12. That's Disney though, dude. Half
a
their people
dream
are
job.
adults.
It is.
Half their people are adults. You gotta watch out. And yeah, that guy was like 50 or something. He was pretty old.
That show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's how I know him because my girlfriend watches that show.
Yeah, and that show is good. No,
Yeah.
the Chilling's that.
Is that the Netflix one?
Yeah, it's fucking
Ooh,
dark.
I need to check that out.
Fucking the
That's
devil's in it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is in that.
Okay.
What does he play? Who does he play? What's his
He
name?
plays the love interest.
Yeah, but what's his name in it?
Uh,
It's something like Austin
Jeffrey
Dahmer. That's
yes,
it. He plays
that's the
Jeffrey
guy.
Dahmer in that. But
He
the
also
only reason
plays
I remember is because it was a big deal when he got that role as Dahmer because he like
Yes.
pretty much couldn't be on Disney Channel anymore because
Yeah.
you can't be after you play a serial killer that eats people.
No, you literally can't say a curse word if you want to be on the Disney Channel. Like you have to be.
Fuck.
Which is
completely
bullshit because it's
spotless.
run by pedophiles and degenerates. So I mean, they're hypocritical for sure.
Harvey Kinkle is the guy he plays in Sabrina.
Yeah, Harvey. Harvey, that's his name. Yeah,
Harvey.
right? Old Harvey.
Hard R.
They got the second season coming out on this too.
I thought the second season already came out.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think it's
it
the
did?
third season.
Oh, third season,
Yeah.
man, whatever.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good. I think you'd like it, Mason.
Really?
You love teenager drama.
No, not a
You
fan.
do. Big
No.
fan. You are.
No, I literally
You
could
love
care less
shit
about
like that.
teenage
He loves Riverdale.
drama. Never seen that either.
I haven't seen Riverdale either.
It's my girlfriend watches that too, and it's the worst shit I've ever seen.
It's supposed to be like kind of like Sabrina, where it's kind of like an adult Riverdale because
Yeah.
Riverdale is based on the comic or whatever the
The first season
news they
wasn't
were going.
bad.
I've never seen it.
I haven't watched it like all the way through, but like just going in and out of the room when it's on, the later seasons are just the worst writing I've ever heard. It's so cringy.
Sabrina's good, man. It's heavy on the Satan stuff. Yeah, he's in it a lot, and he's the fucking full on like goat. It's fucking
yeah, it's
metal
creepy.
as hell, and it's a ton of blood and gore and shit. You like it's rated R for sure, man. They're all high schoolers, and they're all
but it's
fucking
not like a
too.
teen bop show, is what you're
No, no, no.
saying.
No,
It's,
it's
not,
like
it's not
Yeah,
like the
'cause I don't
actual
like- I
Sabrina,
don't like that
the
shit.
Teenage Witch.
Oh, okay.
which was a good show too. This one's a little more hardcore. It's a little more rated R for sure. But yeah, those teenagers, a lot of witchcraft, a lot of fucking.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, it's a nonstop. They're having orgies in that show.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah. You haven't seen the second season? They do.
No,
They go
I
in the
haven't
forest and
watched
start
it.
fucking
Like,
each other. It's like a
damn.
festival or some shit.
I
Yeah.
have to get into that show.
You gotta watch it, Mason.
The main
They're
girl,
not really teenagers. I mean, they're all
Obviously, of
adults.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
Of course,
well, you're
Netflix
looking a
isn't
little
just being
scared
like-
over there, like you're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is okay.
Guys,
Are
I
you
don't-
sure
yeah.
this is on Netflix? What is this? No, but obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
the
I
little
mean, they're probably all 30.
hmm
the girl
Well,
who
I
plays
mean,
Sabrina.
this kid's 29. Oh no, never mind. He's 23.
Are you on? The girl who plays Sabrina was she was in Mad Men.
That's what I know her from Mad Men.
Ah.
She was the little girl.
She plays his daughter.
Yeah.
She's a really fucking
John
good
Hamm's
actress.
daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the girl who's like all messed up because he's a horrible dad.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow, she's
grows
gotten
up
a
to
lot
the entire
older,
show.
dude.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, now we're getting a little too excited about it.
Yeah, man. Talk about discovering yourself.
What?
You're not even focus on us.
She's 21, man. It's all good.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking John Hamm's daughter.
Damn, that's crazy. But that show did that. When did that start?
She was on it for like 8 seasons because she was on it from the very start. She started when she was like 5 or
Mad Men,
something.
I think, came out in like 2005 is when it started.
Yeah, Mad Men is
2007.
such a good show. If you haven't watched Mad Men,
I
haven't
watched.
just
I
started
watched
it.
about 5
What?
seasons.
Yeah.
of
You're gonna
it.
burn through it.
I couldn't get through the rest of it. I just
What?
stopped randomly. Yeah.
It's the
It
most
was back in like
Oh
2013.
man,
is when
I was
started
I
it.
was obsessed with it when I started
I'm
watching.
like-
I didn't watch it like live or anything. I watched
Is he
it
ending?
after.
Is he ending like?
Every season is as good as each season. I mean, like it never loses. It ends really well.
Okay, I'm
Oh yeah,
super
I
excited.
can't spoil it for you.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
finish it then.
I'm waiting for the show to be like to get to. I don't know. I don't get it yet.
It just keeps getting worse and worse. I won't spoil anything, but you'll quickly find out that John Hamm's character is the worst person in the world. just the worst. And it's kind of cool because it makes you kind of care for him, but he is just the worst person. Just
Nice.
a horrible human being. And John Hamm said that it like took a toll on him to play such a vile person.
Oh my god, I can't fucking
That's
wait.
crazy.
Yeah, he's
Well, because John Hamm, I mean, he's hilarious. He's
But he
like
pl-
a great.
he
actor.
played that 1960s admin of not giving a fuck and fucking everyone and
he played that
just
for 8
shitting on your
years.
family and not and being only seeing your kids like once every month or something, just coming in, patting them on the head, and then rolling back out to the city.
And just banging whoever you want.
Oh
doing as many
yeah.
drugs as you want.
Oh yeah.
a lifestyle.
Drinking, just making ads. They never work in that show. It's like 2 seconds of work, and it's simple stuff. I really wanted to be an ad person after that, but they don't really do that anymore.
They don't really do ads. It's more
No.
Facebook marketing.
And you can't have sex with your secretary anymore. They'll just
That is a big no-no.
yeah. You'll get Harvey
What?
Weinstein.
You will. Faster than you know it, my
Yeah,
friend.
they'll kick you right out of there.
Yeesh.
They don't take kindly to that anymore.
No, they don't.
2019.
No.
What a
Yeah,
world.
that's like #1 rule. You do not have sex with your secretary under any circumstance.
I mean, thank God, like, right, guys? Like, thank God.
Oh yeah, I agree.
yeah,
it's
definitely.
bad. And his secretary.
I don't have a secretary, so I don't know. But yeah.
No. It's Yoda.
I do.
Yoda's the closest thing we got to a secretary.
Yeah, so I'm glad that I live in 2019 then, because not the most attractive thing in the world.
You don't know what that guy's got.
I
You
don't
don't
want to
wanna
know.
Oh, Yoda's
I also
packing
don't wanna know.
fucking heat, dude.
No, I'm
Don't
sure.
Yeah, you don't want to
do
put your
that.
dick in him though.
No, definitely not.
He lived in a
Yes.
swamp for a
Yeah,
large
it's
portion
real
of his
gross.
life.
It's got to be all
dude,
slimy.
swamp
and-
ass.
Swamp ass
Oh,
in the
The
swamp.
quintessential swamp
Oh,
ass.
yeah.
Yes.
It's bad down there, I'm sure.
not fun.
Yeah. We could take a look. That thing's 100% accurate.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
We haven't ever lifted up that old
No.
cloth and see what's under the hood.
No, we have not.
What
Don't plan on
secrets
it
Frank
anytime
Oz was
soon
hiding?
either.
Yeah. It's just Frank Oz's hand under there. Working his dick.
It's just still, it's just like clasping. You're like, what?
Well, that's all we have for
That
yesterday,
is all
right?
we have. Yeah, we have bullshitted the way through this
Yeah, we
entire
made
podcast
it. We made
episode.
it. Yeah, we made it the entire way. We got through. We talked about some important things. We didn't really talk about the movie
We
a
talked
lot.
about the movie maybe 30 minutes out of that whole thing.
No, but other things needed to be addressed, and we needed
They
to talk
did.
about it,
We
and that's
talked
what we
about
do. Yeah.
Anything is more interesting than that movie, really.
Yeah, that's sad.
But-
So, yeah, guys, you can follow us on YouTube. Type in Have You Seen It or Have You Seen It Podcast. Go to our channel. We're the Angry Popcorn there. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. And I think that about does it.
You got anything to plug,
Yeah, got
Riley?
anything to plug?
No.
What are you up
Nothing?
to?
What are you doing these
You
days?
sign autographs somewhere or
Yeah.
something?
You know.
What do you got cooking up?
Putting you on the spot now.
Dude, nothing, man.
Okay.
I'm taking it easy.
I feel that.
Taking
that's
some time
fine. Yeah,
off.
take
Take
some
some off.
time,
Trying to-
relax, think about
Yeah,
hang out with the
get-
wife.
get-
get
kids.
what's going on.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Yep. Figure it all out.
Yeah, take a vacay. You earned it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. I am going to take one here.
I wasn't
shortly.
talking to you.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Until next time.
Bye.